What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And this time I am back for a recap of Married to Medicine. This is season 6, episode 9. Let's get off into it. Okay, so first off, we got Toya and Quad. Quad stops by Toya's house, rocking this canary yellow outfit. It looks so pretty on her chocolate skin. She looked beautiful. I love the way that Quad dresses, and Toya. I think that both of them are my favorites as far as style is concerned on this show. They both represent the things that I would wear. So anyways, Toya is cooking, waiting on the boys to get out of school. And, she's talking to Quad about this new house that her and Eugene is building. She shows Quad the outline of the house. And, Toya is also saying shit in her confessional about how she's Martha Stewart, cooking and cleaning, doing this, that, and the third. And it's so funny because everybody is always clowning Toya about she needs a fucking job. Do I think she needs another job? Yes. Because I think that if she got a little bit more to do, then she wouldn't feel so slighted. When people make their own decisions, or when people do things in a way of, not to offend her, but Toya gets offended. You know how somebody is offended because they ain't really got a lot of shit on their plate. I actually had a relative like this. She didn't have no damn job and was cooking and cleaning. And it's not to say that that is not a job. It's a very important job. To make sure your husband and your kids get fed, all of that good shit. But this same family member kept a lot of shit going, if you know what I mean, because the bitch didn't have a job. So, yes, Toya is a caring friend, but if she had a little extra something going on the side, I think that would help her in certain situations on this show. A lot of people was saying maybe it would help her with the Contessa situation. That situation is a little different because I feel like her and Contessa, they weren't that cool before Contessa got on here. They couldn't have been. You don't just fall out like that when, like if you fall out the way that they did and Contessa ain't even been on this show that long, that means that their shit wasn't that strong. They should have been able to talk through their bullshit, and they have not. Contessa has come off as, somebody said that she was like an elitist, and, she does have something about her where, I was in the Navy, and, we do things like this, and the shit you talking about, it ain't good enough. You can't act like that with people. No. So Contessa does have a snooty attitude at times. I will say that. But at the same time, she don't have time for Toya's mediocre bullshit. And Toya sometimes is on some mediocre ass shit. So it goes both ways. But yeah, maybe if Toya had a little bit more to do, she would be understanding. She is so happy. Her and Quad is back on good terms. I'm happy to see them, interacting with each other. Quad gets to talking about how she left the divorce papers on the table for Dr. G to sign them, and she just sent him a text message. She didn't even create a situation to where, they could be arguing and he's so upset with her. Like, what is the point in doing that? The relationship is over. It is best for you guys to just move on. So I am so happy to see Toya and Quad back on the same page. That is good. So Toya makes a little statement to Quad about normally, men like to prove that they are a man and try to move on before the divorce is final and this, that, and the third. And Quad is just like, well, clearly, the man was already dating honey while we was married. He was doing his own thing. That bothered me a little bit because it further it further proves that Quad just wants to be the victim in the situation. And you may say, well, she is the victim. She's the one that got cheated on. Yeah, she is the one that got cheated on. But what led into him cheating? If you were in that house with that man withholding sex, which I know you was, and I'm not sitting up here saying, you guys, she should have been sleeping with him acting a damn fool, but you should have been broke up with him. You should have been out the house. Y'all should have been separated. Don't sit up there within all this mess and then be shocked somebody is cheating on you. It just, to me, I don't see the logic behind that. A lot of people are like, yeah, but they're married. It's not about the title of marriage. It's if the shit is over, if you're not fucking the person, they pissing you off the way that he was doing her, then like, what was the purpose of you sticking around in the house? What was the fucking purpose? So yes, he cheated and he was wrong. But at the same time, Quad, you played a part too, which is not really doing anything about the relationship. Saw it was going downhill, saw all the warning signs, and still stayed in that house. Okay, so next we have Mariah and Aiden. Not too much with them. Mariah gets on him about, I guess he made a purchase for over $3,000, and it was basically for him to, update his credentials and, do what he needed to do to, what is he, a doctor? So he had to basically update, his classes, credentials. Y'all know that type of shit. Y'all know what that is. Anyways, they are still on this whole kick of, they're on this kick of them moving. Possibly he signed on with the new group for a year, which I thought was smart because he said he doesn't really know the perks or of the new group or what would be the cons of the new group. And it does kind of take a year to figure that out, merging into a new company. So I've thought that was smart of him to do. Mariah states that she cannot live in California. It's way too expensive there. I'm like looking at how much y'all make it on Married to Medicine, but that money shit, it probably, like she said, it goes a lot further in Georgia, which I do believe. So Mariah still wants to stay in Georgia, but she says if they do have to move, Texas is more, economically friendly for them. She could kind of see herself more in Texas than California, and it's more family oriented and good schools for the kids. And I agree, California, way too expensive. Raising kids in California, just, to me, I don't see it. It would just be really difficult. So I'm still with Mariah on that. Honey, let's get to Contessa, her husband, and these motherfucking kids. What the fuck is going on with y'all and these damn kids? Why are they so all over the place? I think it's because like two of them are near the same age. And I know a lot of people, they may hear this and say, well, I remember one time I was talking to somebody at one of my old jobs I used to work at. Excuse me. And this motherfucker got to saying, well, kids are kids and, kids just do that and they're just all over the place. And no, that is an excuse for kids. That's like saying because you are an adult, you get to smoke and drink all day and you don't have to take care of your motherfucking responsibilities. No, I don't believe in the whole, well, kids will be kids. And yes, they are kids, but her kids need to be motherfucking controlled. All of this, the one, his big ass head almost popped her in the boob. And she was just like, oh, honey, I just know you didn't do it on purpose. And the little boy, he didn't do it on purpose, but when the fuck are we? And then the one child is on the goddamn table. And then Contessa wasn't gonna say shit until her husband came in and mentioned that it was an issue. And then he said in his confessional, oh, I think that they just taking advantage of the fact that, their mother is, not feeling good. She's not really up to par. So they're just taking advantage. They take advantage of that when she is up to par. That damn Layla is a trip. Shit, y'all need to get Contessa. Wasn't you in military, Navy, whatever the fuck it was? Don't y'all tell them motherfuckers to do some commands or something. Come up with something for these children to be like more disciplined and shit. They just too wild for me. They would be too wild. I would have told that one, get your ass up off my table. But mommy, get your ass off that damn table. And then her little leg, it would have got a little spanking. Like, I'm like that as a parent. Contessa is just, they're kids and, they're just kids and fuck that shit. Honey, when I see Contessa, I just thank God, honey, I only have my one child, honey. Oh, no, I can't be popping out 2 and 3, honey. No, ma'am. We can't do it. Okay, so we got Dr. Jackie coming on over to the house to see Contessa. Dr. Jackie was looking cute. I don't really care for Dr. Jackie's clothes all like that sometimes. I've seen her and she looks cute. This scene right here, she really looked cute. I loved her pink heels she had on. She was looking cute and simple. Dr. Jackie, I realize she dresses way better than Simone. A couple of you all that are in the Married to Medicine group, you all told me that. You said Jackie dresses nice. I hadn't caught her without any curtains on, but this episode I noticed, and I've seen Jackie look cute before. It's just the last episode she was wearing shit I wouldn't wear if I had her type of body. But Jackie is a woman of a particular age, so that's how they dress. But yeah, she just basically came by to give Contessa this basket. I guess it's filled with things, y'all know, because of the double mastectomy, and y'all know that Jackie had one, because of her scare, I guess, with breast cancer. So they're pretty much talking about that, and Jackie just tells Contessa, hey, you need to still try to get out of the house. You gotta, get out, get moving, come visit the girls. Is it because of Toya? And Contessa's like, no, Toya ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't want to be that person complaining. I understand where Contessa is coming from, because I'm like that too. I just don't want to go out if I'm not feeling good. I would prefer you to see me at my best when I'm feeling good. I'm feeling up to it. So I kind of understand Contessa with that. But Contessa, it could be a good excuse to get your ass away from the badass kids you got. It could be. I know I would be. Look, honey, with them kids Contessa got, I'd be out that club. I'd be at the club every week. Shit. But yeah, I thought that was really nice. The chat that Dr. Jackie gave Contessa and how she brought, over the gift. And I was happy for this scene. These two seem like they have a lot in common. They're both doctors. They both are not on the petty bullshit. So I don't know. It's kind of like, why aren't they closer? I would like to see more scenes with Jackie and Contessa, because they seem like they would be closer than Contessa and Toya. Toya fits more with Quad and Mariah. Actually, if I'm like looking at anybody in this group, she actually fits with them. Okay, so next we got this scene with Eugene and Toya. Look like Eugene is getting off from work. Toya is in the kitchen making pancakes for, I guess, him and the boys. And so then they get to talking about their, what are they celebrating? 10 years, I guess, of marriage. So they are trying to plan out a trip. They're throwing out a whole bunch of little spots. Why the hell y'all won't go to Anguilla? Y'all remember when they went to Anguilla on the Housewives? It was so beautiful and pretty. So anyways, Toya is trying to pick out places for them to celebrate the anniversary. Eugene says, why don't we just make it a couples trip, and invite everybody? And Toya got to talking about how badly the trip was last year with Heavenly planning it, and it was just horrible, and Heavenly didn't know what the hell she was doing. I cannot completely blame all of that on Heavenly. I feel a couple of different ways about it. Let's see. I feel like y'all got too defensive, especially like Cecil and Simone. They was really not in a good place, so it was hard for them to really answer questions. Toya and Eugene, they be trying to put on this front about their marriage. So it's just like they didn't want to really answer the questions. Like a lot of people wasn't being, and it's funny because Jackie and Curtis was going through the worst time of all. Him cheating and him coming back and them trying to reconcile. And they answered the motherfucking question. I'm like, why the fuck can they answer the questions you bitches can't answer? But Toya said it was just offensive with how Heavenly put the questions. I guess I could see what the fuck she was saying. I was still upset they didn't answer her fucking questions. I was just like, just answer the damn questions. If the shit ain't true about you, just say, well, first off, this question is bullshit. It ain't true. And then answer the damn question. That's all y'all fucking had to do last year. And Toya also cursed a couple of times in front of the kids and even said, oh, well, it was one little part in the little scene where she was saying, I guess how her and Eugene had went to Cabo, I guess before they got married or something, and had sex. And Toya was just like, oh, well, we was just trying to have sex. We was sinning, we was just having sex before we got married. And she didn't realize the two boys was sitting there. That one honey was ready. And because Toya was like, oops, y'all didn't hear that, did you? He was like, yep, I heard you. He was laughing. Her sons are adorable. It was funny. It was cute. I know a lot of people that are not parents will probably be like, oh, she's a horrible parent. She's cursing in front of her children. I didn't feel like it was a big deal. As parents, shit happens. Shit, you can ask my damn daughter. I be in the car and these fucking drivers be getting on my damn nerves. I try to hold it together, you all, and use different words. But I have my days, and my daughter understands. She's like, Mommy, I understand. And you just explain, why you said what you said and the way that you said it. And that, those type of words are for adults. And I apologize for saying, you do that whole thing. You don't do it all the time. But as a parent, we have slip ups. So I'm not at all going to judge Toya for that. Next, we got Curtis and Jackie. They are also celebrating, their black love and their relationship. She had like this yellow dress, and I wish she would have worn it. I did not like the dress she ended up eating in when they went out to dinner. I didn't think that was as cute as the one yellow dress she had on, but I am so happy that Curtis and Jackie are just in a better space. You could tell that Jackie has learned to forgive Curtis. She's not bringing up what he's did every 5 minutes and how hard it was. They still got to take things a day at a time, but I see the growth in both of them, and I wish them nothing but the best, because it looked like they both put the work in to make their relationship better. And unlike Dr. G, Curtis actually took the proper steps to try to get his woman back, I felt. Next, we got Tawanda, honey, from the Braxtons, getting her teeth done by Dr. Heavenly. Tawanda irritated me when she got to, after Heavenly did her teeth, and she got to talking about, I'm seeing somebody new, but I used to stay with my ex-husband, and I was living downstairs, he was living upstairs, and because of the kids, and because, the kids, and bitch, shut the fuck up. I hate when people bring the kids into it. Bitch, you was in a codependent relationship. You should have told his ass to get out. Them kids ain't have nothing to do with nothing. He should have got his own fucking place. And, that's that fake ass secretive shit. See, that's that shit she learned from her mother and her father. where there's a problem and you act like it's not a problem for the kids. You don't handle shit like that. So when she was telling Heavenly that kind of pissed me off. And then she got to talking about how she, ain't never got no complaints on her sucking dick. I'm looking like, well, bitch, you don't talk this much on Braxton Family Values. Shit, we need you on here more often. It was so funny when they showed Toya sitting her ass down, calling everybody for the trip, inviting them to the couples trip. And they all talking about they got surgery, they got shit to do. And only Toya, honey, had time, honey. Only Toya had some time. Next, we got Mariah getting her hair and makeup done. Aiden is pressing her dress. I thought that was very sweet that he was pressed her outfit, her dress first before his. Thought that was really sweet of him. Okay, so basically the whole theme of the Black Love Party is you have to come as a famous couple. So Cecil and Simone, they came as Quincy and Monica from Love and Basketball, which is one of my favorite movies. Y'all know I love that movie. Dr. Jarrett and her husband, they came as Will and Jada. I didn't know who the fuck she was. She looked like she just would wear that head wrap, but she talking about Jada and the head wraps now, which is true. By the way, part 2 of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett is going to be on Facebook Live today, honey. I will be getting that up to you guys. It won't probably be today. It'll probably be tomorrow because I'll have more time to, check it out, and then, I can review it. Next, we got Toya and Eugene. They come to Mariah's Black Love Party as Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey, his wife, who is very fashionable. I love how that woman dresses. Mariah's mother is there. That is the nicest I have ever seen that lady look. Cause normally, I don't know, y'all, Mariah's mother is not all that cute to me. Mama Lucy was in the house, honey, but she looked nice. At this event, I will say. Oh, Curtis and Jackie, they get there and they are Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Okay. So basically we have this scene with Quad and Heavenly. And Heavenly was supposed to go to the Black Love Party as Tina Turner, and Quad didn't have a costume. She stated that, she's too emotional right now to even go to the party. It really hit her at the costume store that she's really getting a divorce, and, she broke down again. I'm kind of at the point now, don't get me wrong, y'all, I understand how Quad feel, but ain't you relieved you ain't gotta be with, I was taking care of you since the day I met you. Ain't you glad you ain't with that nigga no more? Like, when you gonna stop breaking down crying over this nigga? It's over. Be glad you are out of it. I get being sad about not being married anymore and kind of, everybody else is still married. Like, I understand that, you all, but I'm looking like I don't see her keep breaking down over no damn Dr. G when he was such a fucking asshole towards the end of the marriage, cheating and getting smart and acting all misogynistic. I'm like, Quad, honey, why you keep crying? But yeah, her and Heavenly, they decide not to come to the party. Heavenly gets into this whole thing. Heavenly, you is my girl, but I gotta check you. Because you got off into this whole, well, why would Mariah have this party now knowing that you're going through a divorce? It wasn't centered around Quad. She invited everybody. You guys chose not to come for whatever reason. Heavenly, you should have told Jackie or Simone, whoever the fuck called you, you should have just said, hey, I'm going to stay with Quad. She's not feeling good. I'm going to stay here, cook and eat with her. And then I think everybody would have understood more. But Heavenly, you got into this thing of, oh, well, how dare she do this? And she's a lying, dirty bitch. And yes, Mariah is those things, but I don't think with this situation, and y'all know I don't even do Mariah like that. I don't think she meant anything or or was trying to be messy. I just think that she wanted to celebrate Black love and the fact that she's going to be able to stay in Atlanta at least for another year till they decide on where they are going to move their family to. I mean, that's what it was about. I don't think it was shade exactly towards anybody in particular. I really don't. Okay, so we got this whole thing with Toya not wanting to invite Contessa on the couples trip just yet, because y'all know Contessa done got out of surgery. But more or less, her and Toya they've been having issues. They done got into it several times. I understand Toya being hesitant, but what I think Toya should do is have somebody else extend the invitation, since you and Contessa are not on speaking terms. Because like it or not, whether you like Contessa or not, she is still very much so a part of the group, her and her husband. So that is the grown woman thing to do. Toya was, well, bye, bitch, and, saying all this little shit. And I get you being upset, Toya, because I would be kind of upset if a bitch is my friend, and all of a sudden she gets on a show and don't want to have shit to do with me and is acting very dismissive. Ms. Robinson would feel a certain kind of way about that. So I do understand how Toya feels. Don't get me wrong, you guys, but in this particular situation, there is a higher way of dealing with things. You got too many bitches around you that can extend the invite to Contessa. Tell Jackie to invite her. Tell Simone. Tell people that are on speaking terms with her. And let that be that, So, they also have a conversation with Mariah, which is Jackie, Simone, not Contessa, Dr. Jared, all of them all talk with Mariah about Heavenly and Quad and how they're not there. Mariah was upset because, now she feels like, hey, I went to Heavenly's house. Why couldn't she honor her commitment and come here? But that's on Heavenly. Heavenly should have just flat out told them the truth, like I said. Hey, I'm going to sit back and stay with Quad. She's not feeling well. She needs a friend right now. And then I think everything would have been cool, but you just don't show up and say you trying to stay home to fuck daddy and all that shit, Heavenly. They didn't believe that shit. You my motherfucking girl, Heavenly, but no, that ain't how we do this. All of this shit was a big ass miscommunication type of bullshit. It was just tell the truth and then feelings would be spared. It wouldn't be a big deal, but that's pretty much, you guys, what happened in the episode. Oh, I forgot to say that Mariah and Aiden came as Lucius and Cookie Lion. Did y'all catch Curtis in the confessional talking about, that's one cookie I wouldn't mind having? Curtis, you cannot be saying shit like that. Dr. Jackie looked at him crazy. You can't say shit like that, nigga, and you was just caught cheating, a year ago? You can't do stuff like that, brother. You got to watch what you say, okay? So that's pretty much, you guys, the episode's kind of dead episode, but I made the most of what I could of it, honey. Those are my opinions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl Brand New, and I will check you guys out later.